Hello, friends. Let's dig into your take-home kit for this week. This week, we are going to make a jersey knit bracelet, and we're going to only need two supplies: the t-shirt material and our fingers. So the t-shirt material that you have in your bag is one long strand all stuck together from a bolted fabric. You could also use a t-shirt and cut it into 1 to 1.5 inch strips, and then weave them together to create the one long strand, whichever works for you. But let's get started so you can see how this works. So we are going to start with the end of our fabric, and I'm going to use my right hand. So I'm going to hold the fabric in my hand like this. Then I'm going to weave the fabric between in front of my middle finger, behind my ring finger, and in front of my pinky. Go around the pinky and then go back over. Okay, so we're just using these 3 fingers for the actual weaving. Okay, now that it's woven in between your fingers, we're going to make one big loop across the front. Okay, and I'm going to start with my pinky, and I'm going to pull the loop around my finger over the new strand across all 3 fingers. All right, then I'm going to bring a new piece into the front and continue by starting with my pinky, pulling it up and over the new strip of fabric. And along the way, you'll want to test your tension to make sure it's not too tight on your fingers. It's like crocheting or knitting in that sense. And we're just going to keep going until we have a long enough strand for a bracelet, or until we've decided to stop. So it goes around the back, across the front, pull over. And then you can let go of that extra piece that you started with your thumb, because you won't be needing that. Every time I bring a new piece across the front, I pull the loops from the bottom over the new strip of fabric. And if you see in the back, you can start to see a weave coming through. Go. All right, there's your finger knitting. You're doing a great job. So when you pull your fabric around the front, you always start from the behind your fingers and then pull it around to the front, if that makes it easier for you to see. So pieces behind my fingers, now it goes across the front of my fingers. Feel free to just do your knitting along with this video, or you can pause it and fast forward it to the end if you're a little bit faster or slower than I am. All right, so this is probably long enough for a bracelet. So I'm just gonna show you how to, and we still have just a little bit of fabric left. So like, just kidding. I'm going to continue just a couple more pieces. Okay. All right, so I've got a tail on the end where we started. I've got a tail on the end where I'm finishing. All right, This is what we're gonna do. We are going to slip the loops off the ends of our fingers, keeping the loops intact. You still want to be able to see them and hold through them. So I'm going to loop them around my fingers like this. Then I'm going to take the tail of my fabric, wrap it around to the other side, and then through each loop, I'm going to weave through. Then you can just pull tight. Okay, and there we go. Then you just tie your ends. And now you have a bracelet. Mine's a little bit big for a bracelet for me, but maybe your arms are a little bit bigger or smaller. You could also even use it as a scrunchie if you wanted to, or to hold something together. But thank you guys for joining me to do some finger knitting and making a jersey knit bracelet. Have a wonderful day. Bye, friends.